Hello friends, my name's Emile and welcome back to some more Need for Speed Underground 2. This is our Let's Play, this is episode 33. Now in the last episode we ran into a bit of difficulty because we couldn't actually figure out what we're supposed to be doing. Now after some research on the internet, by the looks of it, we've basically just got to keep powering through these races. The bit that was concerning me was the fact we're only getting sprint and circuit races and the URL race hasn't popped up yet. However, according to the internet, you do only need a 6-star visual rating in this particular area, and we've already got that, so it's essentially just a case of powering through these circuit races by the looks of it. So that's what we're going to be doing today, as much as circuit racing isn't particularly interesting. That is what we're going to have to do, I'm afraid. Anyways, it's been a kind of productive day today. I've done some video creation, done some Forza Top Gear laps and stuff, so yeah, feeling very productive. I thought we'd jump on some Underground 2 and carry on this little bit of a train that we've got going with these Let's Plays. At the moment, still, the funny thing is, as I record this, it is Friday the 15th of January, and you'll be seeing this on Wednesday, so we're almost a week ahead of schedule, which is good, because that means if I have a day where I decide not to do this, I am, of course, covered. But yeah, anyway, that Subaru's got a mighty start. The Subaru is one of the last vehicles you actually unlock in this game. I believe it's one of the more top-tier vehicles. Top tier vehicles in this game: Subaru Impreza, Mitsubishi Evo, R34 Skyline, 350Z might be also another top tier car. I'm not too sure. As you saw at the start there, while I was trying to find our 3000 GT, we actually do have one empty garage slot, which we get next sponsor we unlock. So basically, when we go over to Cole Harbour West, we actually get another sponsor, which means we get another slot for our garage, which means we need to be looking at a newish car, and I'm not quite sure what we're going to go with. To be honest with you, I want to keep the 3000 GT just because favourite JDM car, bro. But at the same time, I mean, I'm always open to looking at some other stuff. If there's, say, a Subaru Impreza or something like that, we might go for that. Might also go for the raciest Skyline in the world. I haven't quite decided yet. We got 3 laps, so the Celica overtaking us isn't a big deal. As I've said before, I don't particularly like driving around these areas. I don't know them very well, so yeah, it's a little bit of an issue. Jeez, constant just downshift, upshift, trying to get some engine braking going on. Right. Do we have 6 speeds in this car? I'm fairly certain this is a 6-speed. I've already gone through... yeah, we have got a 6-speed. May as well just do it there. Get it out of the way. Yeah, I thought all the cars in this game were 5-speed. What there is a Need for Speed game where all the cars are 5 speeds. I think it might be Underground 1. I thought it was Underground 2, but I've figured out in these sort of more higher tier cars that you actually do get a 6-speed manual. Which is nice. It's definitely nice. I don't think there's anything with less than 5 speeds in this game. There's no classic cars or anything like that. Because, of course, well, it's Underground 2. There's no classic-y muscle cars in the Underground Racing League. I'm fairly certain most of the cars in this game were brand new when this game came out. In fact, this 3000 GT might be one of the older cars in the game. I mean, did this come out of production in 99, if I remember rightly? This model year was only, like, available from 98 to, like, 99 or maybe even 2000. Other than that, I'm fairly certain every other car in this game was basically available brand new. Maybe the RX... no, the RX-7's a little bit younger than this is, but that particular RX-7 in the game I'm not too sure on. I am trying to think. I genuinely don't think there's any, like, classic-y cars in this game, or anything that was really out of production by the time this game came out. Of course, if you delve into the code, I mean, there's the Acura Integra. No. Oh, piss off. Yay, the AI are still fun on this game. This is why I don't do circuit races, people, because what happens is, essentially, you get quite far ahead. They don't trouble you for the second lap, and then on the third lap, you'll make one little mistake, and all of a sudden, they will pass you, and that's the end of your race. This is why I don't like the circuit racing on this game, and this is also why I stopped doing this damn Let's Play. That Subaru is so ricey, it's unreal. I mean, we've got the RX-7 as sort of like a race car, so I don't know whether like our fifth car is going to be the ultimate race car, or whether we're just going to continue adding on to the RX-7. That being said, we have an absolute cack ton of money, so realistically speaking, you know, we can, either way, it's fine. We have enough money to race another car up. I mean, we've got upwards of about 30k, I think, at the moment, which we don't need. We just don't need it because all of our cars, or at least the ones we use, are fully upgraded. I mean, this, I should have really downshifted a lot earlier then. But yeah, I mean, all the cars that we've got are all nicely upgraded and everything, or at least the ones we use. This 3000 GT and the RX-7, I believe, are fully upgraded, and there might have been, might have to go and check the performance shops actually, just to make sure we haven't got any more parts available for this car yet to make it a little bit quicker. I've got to slam ourselves into a wall then. The handling system on this game's okay. Like, it doesn't really work for these tight, twistier circuits, I will say that much, but for general driving it's okay. It's an arcade game, but the thing you really need to get used to is, unlike modern Need for Speed games, you know, it's not all about drifting in this game. It's just the cars, they feel quite heavy to drive. They're relatively understeery actually, but then again, that's because you just drive insane speeds in this game. Well, as in NFS 2015, crashed into the back of a Golf then. In NFS 2015, it's essentially just drift. At least that's how I build my cars. You can choose between drifting or grip, but I always find actually building your cars for drift is a lot better than building your cars for grip, because on grip tunes just understeer, which is a bit unfortunate. While as the actual drift tunes do go around corners. And I think drift tunes might be a little bit quicker, or at least it feels like they're quicker. To be fair, the AI in that game is basically a walkover for most of it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You know, that's the one thing I've never got with that game. People, there was one mission in the new Need for Speed game, everyone says, this mission's so hard, I think it's called like component parts or something. It's like, it's the hardest mission in the game. I beat it first time. I've beat it first time, like, on all of my playthroughs I've done for that game. I've never had any mission. I don't think I've had any issues with any missions, really. There's like one or two exceptions, and that's just because the car physics are strange. But, like, with this whole Magnus Walker thing, I've never had an issue with the Magnus Walker path or anything. Like, I've had no difficulty getting past him or anything. And across the line. Anyways, yeah, that's actually kind of a short circuit race, which is quite nice. Okay, back to explore mode. I believe there's 4 circuit races that we've got to do. We'll probably do them in this episode. This might be a bit of a longer one, but we'll have to see. Ooh, what we got? Window tint, yay. Ooh, hooray, URL race. Okay, we don't have to do silly circuit races. Let's just go back there. Yay, finally. I actually genuinely thought we might be a little bit stuck, to be honest with you, but apparently not. We just need to do one more race. Can I get any signal up here? Yes, there we go. Excellent. There's some nice houses down here, actually. There's a pool in that one, tennis court in that one. I guess this is kind of more wealthier area. There's a riced out Peugeot. Yeah, I guess this is the more wealthy area of the city. The basic sort of premise of this city is it's supposed to be like a miniaturized USA, essentially. So, like, I'm not quite sure what the hills are supposed to resemble. The Beacon Hill is supposed to be... Oh, God. I can't actually remember. Now that I'm saying stuff, I can't remember. It's basically the west coast of the United States, if I remember rightly. Like, the main city is supposed to resemble kind of Los Angeles. Cole Harbour, I think it's New Jersey. The Cole Harbour's supposed to be kind of like. Yeah, I'm not sure about the rest of it. I've just realised there's a lighthouse there. It's kind of amazing, you know, sort of, when you're looking. Was that another part of the city, or is that just Beacon Hill? That might actually be a completely other city. I don't even know. It's kind of amazing that even almost 12 years on, because this game will be 12 years old this year, it's almost amazing still, like, seeing the detail and the actual, like, hidden little things around the city, which you never noticed before until now. It's quite crazy, really. And I mean, people are still uncovering little bits about this game day by day, which it just seems crazy to me, man. It really does. It's like you know, the old GTA games. You know, well, it's not an old GTA game, but it's GTA 5. They've only just found another, like, secret phone number or something in the game, which is quite incredible when you think about it. Like, that game's been out for, well, that game's been out for 2 years now, and they've just found a new Easter egg in it, which kind of, it's not a game changer, but everyone's, like, curious about it, and it's sending everyone into a Fonzie. It's quite incredible, really. I love that sort of thing. You know, that's one of the many reasons why I love video games to this day, is because of all the little secrets they hide in them. I mean, you know, I remember back, there's a car randomly in a wall there. I remember back in the day, I just used to watch the GTA beta videos and Need for Speed beta videos and stuff like that, and it just found out all this strange stuff, and it's incredible. I love that side of gaming, you know, finding Easter eggs and stuff. It's probably my favourite bit about it, if I'm honest with you. God, yeah, right. Let's do the URL race. I don't know. Hopefully, we unlock some more events after this, because otherwise, I'm gonna have to drive all the way up to all the way up to the hills again and do more circuit races, and so on and so forth. Because that will be fun. There's a Jesus. Okay, we're on pole. That's I'm fairly certain this game's never done that before. Can I get a better launch than a front-wheel drive Celica? Answer is yes. If I use nitrous, I can anyway. I'm assuming this is going to be a multi-part race again. We're back on a race circuit. I always like the race circuits in this game. They're pretty cool. There's usually one corner which is an absolute bitch, but I mean, other than that, the race circuits are really cool. I wish you could access these normally, but unfortunately, you can't, you know, go into them in free roam, because they're in a sort of completely different part of the city. I swear someone tried to do some investigative work on where they actually are. I think most of them are supposedly in Cole Harbour, but there's no way you can actually, like, access these in normal free roam at all. People have tried and they just can't do it. You see, one of the interesting things about Underground 2 is this game never originally was meant to be free roam. It was meant to be similar to Underground 1, but I think it was like halfway through the development cycle they actually decided to make this game a full free roam experience, which is quite incredible. I mean, the thing with these games are, the things that I absolutely love about these games, is the fact that all Need for Speed games, these things had tight development schedules. I mean, Underground 2, which you see here, and even, you know, Most Wanted and everything like that, they were all developed in 1 year. That's all the development team were given. They was given 1 year. You know, Underground 1, Underground 2, Most Wanted, Carbon, all given 1 year cycles. I think after Pro Street, they started giving them 2 year cycles, which is quite amusing when you consider that's the point where most people think the series went downhill, when you sort of had your Pro Street come out. I mean, Undercover, I played Undercover on PC. I wasn't a fan of it. I've actually ordered it off eBay. I'm gonna have to play through it because I'm kind of curious on it. But that's where most people think the series went a bit downhill. The Shift games, I never played Need for Speed Shift. Let me try and do English. Shift 1 or Shift 2, never played those. just because they never particularly interested me. I mean, track races that I don't want to sound like, you know, a Forza fanboy or anything, but track races that aren't Forza generally I don't really touch. Project Cars compounds that for me because that game. I actually saw was it like, it was a commercial, I think. There's PC, some building things, and they're using Project Cars for the adverts. And every time I think of that game, it just sends shivers down my spine. And I still want my £50 back, Microsoft. Please. Please. Anyways. Oh, and I need to erase all memory from it. All of my memories of Project Cars, just erase them, please. But anyways. I never really bothered with the shift games. I played a bit of Need for Speed The Run on PlayStation 3. I don't have my PS3. Well, I do have my PS3, but I don't have it with me anymore. I should have really completed that game. The Run looks interesting. I think I'm going to play through The Run at some point just because of how short it is. And then, of course, you got the Criterion game, so there was Hot Pursuit, which... 2010 Hot Pursuit was okay, don't get me wrong, it was a fun enough game. I didn't play through the racer section of it, I only played through the cop section, because that was the only thing that interested me, really. Then there was Most Wanted 2012, which is basically Burnout Paradise. I think that game is a bit of a shambles. I've got to agree with my buddy Black Panther on that one. He said that game basically, it was a Burnout game that they just used the Most Wanted name on to get some extra sales, and that's completely true. So yeah, not a fan of that. Need for Speed Rivals, it is a fun game, don't get me wrong, they're just not Need for Speed games. So yeah, it's quite crazy that the games developed in such a short time were the ones that that people love so much. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna lie, apparently there was a ton of cut content from these games. Like, there's thousands and thousands of bits and pieces missing from these older Need for Speed games. But, you know, it's still quite crazy when I'm not going to be one of these bros who says, oh, old games are so much better than new games, because I appreciate the new technology in new games, and I appreciate the much bigger games. But it amazes me that games developed in 1 year like this, you know, have less bugs and glitches than stuff like, say, Rivals, which was developed over the course of a couple of years. You know, I've always found that a bit strange. Hey, Skyline with the worst wing I think I've ever seen in my entire life on it. That is a truly appalling wing. Hey, look, it's... Oh, God. 4-wheel drive, bro. Don't try and spin me out. That Skyline really wants me dead, apparently. Oh, well. Toyota Celica with the silly neons. Everyone's got neons. Maybe we need neons on this car. I'm not too sure, though. I think this car, like, I'm sure visually to most people, you know, it looks nice, don't get me wrong, but I really don't want to race this car just because I actually like it. Don't get me wrong, I love the RX-7 as well, that's a great car, but the RX-7 looks good with modifications. This, not so much. I mean, other than what I've done to it at the moment, I think I might paint the wheels black at some point, I'm not sure. Put some window tint in it, and I might go to the specialist shop and just put a load of random crap on it if we need to burn some money. But other than that, I think this car's pretty much sorted. I love the way this thing looks. It's like a subtle modified car. You know, I love these Sniper and Ace kits. I always have done, actually. Which is quite amazing because most people, you know, and I do this as well. You know, if you went back to Need for Speed, I do recommend doing this actually though. If you've got like your PlayStation 2 or your original Xbox or anything about, go back to these Need for Speed games and just have a look through your garage, and you'll probably see some interesting cars which you thought looked cool back then, but really don't now. But I mean, I think I've always kind of liked these kits. I've always used them. I mean, sure, I've probably used much racier kits later on, but. Yeah, sniper kit. I would actually consider getting like a sniper kit. Sniper kit looks basically good on any car. In fact, oh god, I still need to film the damn video for this, but whatever's. My real life car actually looks good in a sniper kit. Believe me, I've seen one on Auto Trader. It was red with white racing stripes, and it had like a little body kit on it that looked similar to the sniper kit, and it didn't look that bad. Unfortunately, the insurance company here in England would probably not let me have it, and it was the diesel, and you know me, I don't like diesels. I prefer petrols. You know, nothing against diesel motors. I appreciate, you know, they're much better than they used to be, but petrol. I like petrol cars. I've driven quite a few diesels in my time. I mean, most driving instructors drive diesel vehicles. I've heard some reports that some, you know, a few people who I know who've, you know, started learning to drive and stuff, apparently they got drove around in EcoBoost Fiestas, which I would have quite liked, because I've always been curious about the EcoBoost Fiestas. I wanted one for the longest time. But what did I learn to drive in? I started out with diesel 206, which I don't remember for the life of me. It had like 190,000 miles on it, which if you're American doesn't sound that bad, but in the UK, most cars with over, you know, 120,000 miles are pretty much deemed dead. You know, it's funny, on the look for my real life car, I basically, anything over 90,000 miles, I just didn't even bother looking at. Just, you know, there's a lot of miles, especially for the car I've got. You know, issues can set in around 90,000 miles, so I kind of avoided that one. But yeah, I drove 206 diesel, which was meh. I drove Corsa diesel, which is the worst car I've ever driven in my entire life. Honestly, the Corsa diesels are terrible, terrible cars. The steering actually feels like it's operated by a rubber band, and it just wants you to go straight all the time. I drove 208 diesel. That was one of my favourite cars to drive, actually. That was a kind of nice car. The suspension was horrible, but the rest of the car was nice. Have I driven any other diesels? I drove, as far as petrol cars, you know, obviously my real life car, a Volkswagen Polo, 1 litre, Ford Fiesta. I drove it's not the, I can't remember which generation it is. I think it's like 5th gen Fiesta I drove, with a petrol engine, which was pretty nice. Oh, Christ. Please, Mr. Skyline, don't do it. Don't do it. You know you don't want to win. I love it how, like, most arcade games use catch-up systems, fair enough, but this game, like, its catch-up system is apparently on for about 30 seconds after the guy passes you. I don't think the Skyline didn't do very well in the last race, so I don't think it's going to matter if he wins. It's just I'd like to win, because I'm that sort of person. Go around the corner, don't understeer, do not lift off, do not lift off, I don't lift, bro. I don't think we're going to pass the Skyline, unless I, oh, nope, that was a silly idea, that was the worst idea in the world, that other thing, is it 240? That might pass me, no, wait, kinda, it's catching, but hey, second place, I'll take second place. Don't think that's, oh, wait, okay, that's fine. I was gonna say, I don't think that Skyline won the last race, I'm not sure. Ooh, there we go, Cole Harbour West boys. As I think I've explained before, I can't show the cutscenes because they basically just mess with the game, which is unfortunate. It's a backwards compatibility issue. But yeah, anyway boys, we are in Cole Harbour West, which is good because that means we're no longer stuck. New inventory, Cole Harbour West, engine neons, woo, engine accents, woo. Okay, now, usually this is where I'd end off the episode, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to go hit up a performance shop, and then next episode we are going to just do some scouting around, see what's what, find some shops and stuff like that. And then in the next episode after that, we'll start doing some races and stuff. Oh yeah, the fact that we've unlocked Cole Harbour West is quite good. That actually means we're not too far off completing this game now. We're sort of in the last island, which is cool. Do I just install the damn thing? I might do. Sod it, whatever. We'll have that. Yep. I don't know why. This doesn't really matter what you pick, but it's just I like to pick my favourite brands. There we go. Excellent. Right. Okay, so basically everything on that was good. We got a new ECU. We have got a new ECU. No, that's gonna matter, is it? So we'll just install that. I think because we've got the lower end parts anyway now, it doesn't particularly matter what we go for, which is good. We don't have the extreme transmission yet. We do have the extreme suspension, which is good. That means this thing is fully slammed dunked now. No extreme nitrous. No extreme tyres. Not extreme brakes. Or weight reduction. Or turbo. Okay, so we've spent quite a bit of money there. 18,894 monies is what we've got at the moment, which is pretty good. That's certainly enough money, probably for the rest of the upgrades on this car. At least we've managed to actually burn some money as well, because it was burning a hole in my pocket. It was burning a hole in my pocket, indeed. It means we shouldn't be too far off getting a sponsorship deal now as well, so we can get a fifth car potentially as well. Right. That's, I think, anyways, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I want to thank you all very much for watching. My name's been the Real Emile, and until next time, farewell.